The Zhuyan raid is one where DPS does not matter. Your ideal combo is one of 6 tanks and 2 benediction. First, let's go over roles that will be played throughout the fight. You'll have 5 spectators, 1 spear bearer, 1 executor, and a main tank. Let's start off with spectators. Their role comprises mostly of lazing around until Zhuyan pops his shield. Once Zhuyan pops a shield, the spectators will rush over and begin breaking it down. If any spectators have Fiona, it is recommended they shackle the boss as soon as the shield is up. Spectators need to save their abilities for this moment. Ideally, most spectators should have a tank resonance and a high shatter weapon. Shiro is the ideal weapon for shatter since the boss will be shackled. Recommended relics will be Koan and Hologram. Here is the recommended rotation. Immediately pop Hologram facing the boss. Pop Shiro skill. Dash attack, dash attack, dash attack. Then swap to other weapons and skills. If you're shackling, shackle first, then do this. Additionally, spectators need to watch for a timer. If one spawns, get away from the others so you don't blow your team up. If a big circle spawns, everyone will need to go to mid, try not to clump together. This is also where you can use Koan since damage in the big circle is split among the team. Lastly, spectators should take off their pets or Pokemon, as it can steal aggro from the boss. If you have 2-piece Shiro Majorsy, you can add it to your shatter weapon. While not necessary, it does help. If you aren't getting Hologram back in time, the Zero trait helps reduce cooldowns after using a skill. Now, the next role is the Executor. The Executor must run Icarus Benediction with Fiona. They will need some stars on these weapons. When the round starts, your Executor will immediately execute 1/2 a bar off of Zhuyan. They can achieve this by using an early discharge followed by an Icarus skill, or by using Icarus skill with Torrent enabled. Once this happens, Zhuyan will almost immediately put up his shield. The Executor will then go back to being a spectator until the end. Once the boss is under 1/2 a bar, the Executor will have the task of performing the final execute that will end the battle. Let's take a look at the Spear Bearer now. The Spear Bearer's job is to send spears back at Zhuyan. They can achieve this by hitting the spear with a melee weapon. It is recommended you face towards Zhuyan when doing this. The reason this role is important is because Zhuyan will often throw up a shield after throwing the spear. If the team is chasing the spear, there won't be enough time to shatter the shield. Sending the weapon back at Zhuyan also deals damage to him. Additionally, your Executor can play the role of Spear Bearer if they like. The star of the show is the main tank. They need to bring Shiro and the highest shatter weapons at their disposal. The main tank will also be required to bring Hologram and run the Zero trait to reduce relic cooldowns. The main tank's job is to hold aggro for Zhuyan, dodge all attacks without triggering Fantasias, and face off against Zhuyan. The main tank will start by grabbing the boss's attention. The Executor will then come in and execute the boss. The main tank will then take back aggro. Zhuyan will pop a shield. The main tank will pop Holo, then use Shiro skill with dash attacks. The reason the main tank needs to hold aggro is because Zhuyan will challenge them. When this happens, the main tank needs to face Zhuyan from the front, then shatter. You will be doing the most shatter out of the team, as facing Zhuyan will buff you and grant damage reduction. Once the shield is shattered, the tank will grab aggro again and repeat the process. It takes close to 90 seconds for the shield to come back, so the tank needs to pop skills every now and then to reduce relic cooldowns, thanks to the Zero trait. Do not pop Shiro skill unless shields are up. The main tank can bring pets, but no one else. If you get hit, a bar at the bottom called Graying Bite will rise. Once it reaches a full bar, you will die. Every second of this fight counts. Try to avoid triggering Fantasia as much as possible, so no dashing. As you progress the fight, Zhuyan will begin pulling out weapons. It will either be a sword or a spear. If it is a sword, stay close to mid and let Zhuyan slam it into the ground. You and teammates can send it back to him. Shiro will not work on it, by the way. If the weapon is a spear, stay near mid so it doesn't get thrown out of bounds. Trust in your spear bearer to get the spear. The rest of your teammates need to stick close to Zhuyan in case he shields immediately after a spear is thrown. Keep doing this, rinse and repeat. There should be about a minute left by the time Zhuyan reaches half a bar. From there, the executor will finish off Zhuyan with an execute. To recap, bring 5 spectators, an executor, a spear bearer, and a main tank. No pets except for the main tank. Execute early. Shackle with shield comes up. Break the shield. Use zero trait to reclaim hologram faster. Meet up in mid for the big circle. Send weapons back to Zhuyan. Trust your spear bearer to get the spear. Rinse and repeat until the boss has half a bar. Your executor then ends the match. Hope this guide helps you all. Good luck!